consumption target, and it says on a per user basis. You can read that as being on a per visit basis. How does the
so carbon reduction target per visit, so you divide the total.
That's what the committee were getting at, yeah.
Right. Do you have any comments on those at this stage, Mike, or have you not had a chance to? Or Ian?
I believe, Ian, we've looked into the first two recommendations in the liaison with Fusion Unity. We'd be happy to do that if the consensus is doable. What do you find out?
I spoke to our colleagues at Fusion, to Wayne Hawkins, the divisional manager of Fusion. We believe that we can further stretch the 3% to 5% for people from our target areas and disabled users. I think it's been mindful that we can do that on top of the 40% increase we've achieved over the last 5 years. So it's quite a considerable stretch, but we think it's doable. Looking at what you do.
It's a testament to the work all three of you have done, actually, that we are in a position that we're able to stretch that target. Thanks very much. Recommendation 3 describes what we're doing. We are looking into all our legislation to see how we can improve accessibility further. I even threatened to buy some toys for the crashes. About this, Fusion bought loads, perhaps fearing that I'm not au fait with what the fashionable is playing with these days. Yes, I think the carbon reduction target measured on a per user basis is both worth doing. It also correlates with how we measure the public subsidy for leisure, so it makes sense. Thanks very much, Andrew. Thanks very much for scrutining on this.
Thank you.
Yes, Chair. I'm interested in recommendation, particularly interested in recommendation 4, and it seems to me that it's important that we measure and we ask Fusion to measure the total carbon emissions and what's happening for them, and we would like to see a 5% reduction, as we would with every department at least, as well as the carbon cost per visitor. I take it in our discussions with the car factory, we have said what's important is their carbon footprint, but also the efficiency of producing each car in terms of carbon. It's the same sort of calculation, but I think it would be useful to have both.
Yeah.
So if that's not extremely difficult, I would recommend that that's what we suggest.
As the question from the recommendation rather from scrutiny makes clear, it is compatible with keeping the overall targets, though we will continue to aim at a 5% year-on-year reduction overall. I do think, though, that the per user measure is a better measure statistically of the hard work that we're doing, because obviously rising usage of our leisure centres equals rising consumption. So we ought to aim to reduce our total carbon emissions by 5% year on year at the same time as measuring how the increase in usage impacts on that, and that can be useful statistically by itself.
Yes, thank you. I wanted to ask a question really about recommendation 2, which is about increasing the participation of disabled users. That is a very broad category, and so I would be interested to know what that encompasses. I mean, for example, does it encompass people with visual impairments?
Yeah.
And how we're monitoring that so that we're clear that we've got a proper understanding of the usage by people who have a variety of disabilities.
Wayne, can you just give us a...
Yes, the way we will get that information is if the customer registers themselves with a disability on their reward card or any card, we will be able to get that stats. And any club that we work with, where their hiring time and give us that participation with their disability club, will get that. And by achieving the target, we will probably get more people through the door and work with more clubs, which we're looking to do, and increase their time across the facilities.
This is how we measure all our targets, including user experience, deprivation, etc. We couldn't obviously use just members of staff assessments whether or not somebody is disabled, because with the some disabilities being more visible than others, that would produce a false impression of how we were doing. As Wayne says, the only accurate way to measure is formally through those people who have membership cards, reward cards. So.
Since we're on this, should we move to item 7 rather than go into the next one on the list and deal with the recommendation there? Thank you very much, Andrew. Mike, Ian, Wayne, if you want to come to the table and do the report on 7? Well, Lucy's there as well. Oh, you can see Lucy's time.
That's mine.
Seat here.
Lucy, come and sit next to mine.
There's a seat here. Oh, you can fit in there first.
Right, who's going to kick off?
So this is the annual service plan which we've brought each year to CEB since we entered the contract with our Parks, Beauty, Food and Lifestyle. We've been working on this for a good 3 or 4 months with the Leisure Partnership Board, which is a representative group including users, representatives of young people, older people, where we decided what are the key things that we want to go into the annual service plan. Because it's been set in the lead up to the executive board, we don't have the year-end targets for the year-end results from last year in there, but for the big areas we've put forecasts in. So what we're asking from the executive board is, are these the right things that we should have in the service plan going forward? We think the service plan issue is very well timed because we've just completed the 2009 leisure facility strategy, and we are currently consulting on the leisure and wellbeing strategy for the next 5 years. And within the report, we take stock a little bit on some of the achievements from the leisure facility strategy that's taken us to where we are today. So we know usage over that period, since 2009, it's gone from 850 to just shy of 1.3 million. So 40% increase is the context. We know most of the usage is the biggest increase in percentages from our target groups. So the partnership itself has been very successful, and we have invested significantly in the facilities that we are keeping, alongside developing a new pool of these. I think it's probably worth we draw attention to the report. The facility is performing incredibly well. So it says that we've had 50,000 visits in the first month. That's now 117,000 visits in the first 2 months. So currently that's our busiest facility. And again, the usage from our target groups is incredibly pleasing. We've answered one of the questions, what links to one of the reports we've had from Oxfordshire Unlimited, which just shows an independent audit by a person with a disability who's gone around the centre and said they think it's a first-class facility for people with disabilities. So that's really pleasing to hear. We think, and with the comments from the scrutiny, where we've had the stretch target from 3 to 5%, that we are continuing to be very ambitious for leisure, trying to continue to improve participation.
Wayne, would you like to add anything from your point of view? Congratulations on the targets that have been achieved. It's very impressive, that list of achievements in paragraph 5.
I think yeah, more of the same, and obviously with the new facility coming on board, the targets, then we're going to push ourselves even more, especially those 2 that came out with scrutiny. We'll keep on improving and looking at the programming now. Now we've got facilities looking at the programming, and already we've got waiting lists on already an extensive group exercise program, which already in the first 2 months is great news, good problems to have. The creche facilities, once again, was mentioned, so reducing those barriers, that's helped. We've increased the hours in the creche at the Leeds Pools and Leisure Centre from closing at midday now to 2:30. We will look at weekend opening times, and look at those demands from the customers. So react to the customers' needs, reducing those barriers, and working with the local groups, which will get to our participation target.
Excellent. Lucy?
Just to add on that, there's great ambition for the future, for the way forward. We want to link that with the leisure and wellbeing strategy intrinsically, so we're encouraging people to let us know their thoughts through that. But it's been a good year.
Excellent. Any comments from members?
Congratulations, done really well.
No, it's a sorry.
Yeah, just saying.
And it's a doesn't how successful our leisure strategy has been. I think that we are able to be flexible to stretch our targets to achieve more when we can, and that shows, I think, that we're not intending to let up, sit back in our laurels and pretend that everything will now be perfect. We, Fusion and us working in cooperation are going for continuous improvement in our leisure facilities over the remaining years of the contract. And thanks.
Great. John?
Yeah, can I just ask, we've got a representative Fusion here. Given that your performance is so very good, and you're going to go and do even more, how do you manage to keep on making money, from your point of view? And how does Fusion make the books balance so that...
More people through the doors. So, as a part of the 5-year pricing strategy, we've frozen the bonus visits to £1.20. So we can still do that by getting more people through the door, more memberships, more casual swims, more people on the classes. So and a small price increase for those other things. So yeah, we'll increase our targets on top of our targets, because yeah, while we've got room with new facilities coming on board, we'll aim to fill it. Another example is if we can look to increase participation in months where there wasn't. For example, Hinksey Pools opens tomorrow. That's a month earlier than the previous year, so we will aim to get participation in that month where we didn't have the previous year. And it is lovely and warm, and we've got them market and sell it. Well, when I was in there, it was 3 degrees on Valentine's Day, and now it's 24 degrees. It is luxury. So yeah, I asked you all to pop down and dip Alicia towing. Yeah.
Well, Mark and I will be down there by 7 tomorrow.
Mark, you're being a little bit too enthusiastic. Yes, but quite. It's, I mean, Fusion is a non-profit, which obviously gives the advantage that all the surplus that is made is reinvested into improving leisure.
That's a fundamental point. It's not capital intensive.
And by having world-class facilities, by building up world-class facilities, we attract people who are willing to pay, or are for. By contrast to market rates, the kind of things we're offering, ours is cheap, but people who are willing to pay a little bit more, so that we can have this extensive programme ensuring access to leisure for everyone who wouldn't otherwise be able to afford it. And I believe that the take-up of, in the last full year that we have figures for, 2013 to 14, the new membership take-up 46% was on the bonus rate. Is that right? Which is up from around a third when we handed over the contract to Fusion, and so that definitely shows that we can achieve the improvements we have in leisure, and at the same time achieve widening access to leisure on a bonus rate that we've frozen since the beginning of the contract.
Good. Right, let's approve the recommendation, which is to endorse the service plan and more well. See you tomorrow morning. Will you have your trip song going?
Yes.
Right, Susan, the Universal Credit Partnership.
Yeah. Yes, I'll